check. All right, man. Let's get into this, man, from the beginning. Yo, first off, I gotta take a second. I'm gonna get into stats and a lot of other things, but I gotta do a recap first because this was actually a classic game. I mean, it just had a crazy swing to it. Um, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens. You know, I don't really post about my team a lot, but I'm gonna make an exception today. This was a this was a thriller, man. If you look at it all the way down to the end, man, Ravens fought back from, I mean, being up to losing the lead to coming back and winning, man. Crazy game. Shout out to the Steelers. Um, Ben Roethlisberger, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. A couple crazy heaves in there, man. Um, Lamar Jackson right on his behind with 241 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, but sacked 5 times to Ben Roethlisberger, 6 sacks. This guy got a great little blitz. I got a couple questions about it, but we're not going to get into that right now. As you can tell, man, Trey Edmonds was great running the ball. He got a lot of great open space broken tackles. That 3 can't even be real because he had some plays where he broke 3 by himself. Alex Collins and Gus Edwards, amazing on the ground in their short stints. I mean, I really wasn't able to get off the way I wanted to. I honestly didn't stick to the ground game. You look at it, I kind of mix up who's running the ball for me, but Gus wasn't able really to punch. I mean, he was more my red zone power back than anything else. A lot of things were done through the air and defense for me today. Through the air, and Darbo, I don't even know who the hell this is, man, but he managed to get off really well. Auden Tate had like 2 big receptions on me. Devontae Parker was able to get off 84 yards, a touchdown, on 3 receptions. Darbo with 83 yards on 6 receptions. Chris Moore came up big in the fourth quarter, man. All of these yards were in the fourth quarter, really big. And then let's get into the defense, the nitty gritty of this one. Of course, Baltimore didn't allow not 1 turnover, which is kind of new for us. The sacks, they came in abundance. Jaylen Brown had 3 himself. Tyrus Bowser had 2 himself. Bud Dupree with an amazing 2, including one that almost won the game. Tavon Young with 1 off the edge. Cameron Hayward, Nigel Harris, and Newberry all coming in with a sack as well. I mean, the amazing part about this game was it came down literally to the last play. I wish I could go back and show it. On the last play, the last 2 plays actually, 3. Let's just go back to the third one. There was a sack that led to a fumble that luckily was recovered by the offense on the 29-yard line with 25 seconds left. Hayden Hurst pulls in a one-handed catch at the 1-yard line with mere seconds left. We run up and are able to get a playoff. Lamar Jackson with no time left on the clock, gets into the end zone. Baltimore walks away with the W. Let's go instantly to the next biggest game this week, which we did the interview for last night, which was, good interview by John. And, I think he kind of seen the respect that he had to give New Orleans, who managed to walk away with a win. And, for the no-fly zone, man, they put up 302 yards on the no-fly zone while creating 6 turnovers. It was all over the place, man. This was Drew Brees, 115 passer rating, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But Jared Goff, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not good at all. Only 42% of his passes were completed, and he was averaging only 8 yards per pass. 15 to 35 passes. That's the game right there. Rushing wise, let's go attempts. There was hardly any rushes. I think there were less than 20 rushes. 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 attempts in all game. 63 yards by Mark Ingram. 14 for Drew Brees was the second leading rusher in the game. Man, there was really no rushing allowed in this game. And then receiving wise, you already know there were major numbers put up. Odell Beckham, 118 yards, 1 touchdown with 70 yards run after catch. Michael Thomas, 110 with a touchdown. Cooper Kupp with 2 touchdowns, 95 yards. Dez Bryant, Benjamin Watson with 3 touchdowns. That was amazing. Defensively, let's talk these defensive numbers. First off, let's look at the sacks. Aaron Donald rings in with 4. Dominique Easley with 4 himself. And 5, 6 sacks given up, and it still was not enough. Marcus Williams with a sack, and Alex Zalanon, or whoever this is, able to bring in a sack itself. Interceptions, this is a big one. Von Bell, who's been having a great season, brings in 3 interceptions. Aqib Talib with 2 interceptions himself. Mark Barron with an interception. Patrick Robinson and Eli Apple all with an interception. Were there any defensive touchdowns? Let's see. No touchdowns. Okay, no touchdowns. Looked like Von Bell might have been the closest one in yards. Nope. Aqib. All right. All right, so that one, that's the highlight game. No more undefeated teams. There are no more undefeated teams in the league right now. We're looking strong, man. We are getting these games done, rocking out hard, man. All we got to do is just keep this pace up. So let's look at our stats so far this year. Before we get into the award race, our player statistics. Rushing. No. Let's keep passing. And let's check the NFL numbers. Currently, right now, in yards, Jared Goff, who has 3,100 yards so far. Jimmy Garoppolo with 2,600. Terrific Tom Brady with 2,500. Patrick Mahomes right behind him. And we round off with Lamar Jackson. Crazy numbers getting put up, but it's not really a lot of. Look at the attempts numbers. Let's compare those numbers to who leads the league in attempts. Tom Brady, Case Keenum, Phillip Rivers. This is a dramatically different list than the individuals who oh, whoa, I didn't even peep that. Jimmy Garoppolo plays for the Redskins now. Oh, we got to look at that one. As you see, the teams that, the most attempts aren't even the guys with the most yards. So let's look at our touchdown numbers. Currently right now, terrific Tom Brady, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's having an MVP-like season. Jared Goff with 29 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Not really the balance you want from an MVP. Mitchell Trubisky, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes, 24 and 8, even though he is currently injured. Jimmy Garoppolo with 19 and 17. And Jameis Winston with 19 and 7. Who is this? Who the hell is this? Give me a 5:46 in the morning. Quick, get on. All right. Whoa. Say less. Rushing numbers. Let's check our NFL league leaders in rushing yards. Damian Williams with 766. Tyreek Cohen coming in with 709. Ezekiel Elliott, who is currently injured, and brings in 659. Todd Gurley, who is also currently injured, 635. James White with 614. Todd with both Lamar Jackson and Le'Veon Bell, who is our touchdown leader in Current touchdown leader is Gus Edwards with 16 touchdowns. Todd Gurley, who's injured, has 15. Corey Grant with 13. Damian Williams with 10. Ezekiel Elliott with 10. And Kaleem Ballage with 9. Hope I said that name right. Receiving yards, our receptions leader this year so far is Julian Edelman, the old man Julian Edelman. Let's see, how old is Julian Edelman? I'm just curious. 32 years old, leading the league with the most receptions so far. Currently leading yards, Odell Beckham with 1,400, Tyreek Hill with 1,300, Marquise Goodwin with 1,200, and DJ Chark Jr. with 1,100. Those guys are definitely getting a lot of touches. And our numbers and touchdowns, Tyreek Hill with a strong lead at 14, Odell Beckham with 10, Julius Edelman with 10, DJ Chark coming in behind with 9, and a few players with 8. Defensive numbers, the big numbers, these are the big ones. Totally right now, Tremaine Edmonds leads the league in tackles with 78. Our league leader in tackles for loss, Whitney Merciless, followed by Miles Garrett for 10. Our sack leaders are Fred Warner, Jalen Merrick, Fletcher Cox, Von Bell, and Aaron Donald are our tops right now, with Everson Griffin close behind them and Khalil Mack not too far off of them either. Looks like it's going to be a tight race between these. Yeah, it's going to be a tight race for the sack leader this year. I expected the record to be broken. Is it going to be Fred Warner? Is it going to be Jalen Merrick? Is it going to be Fletcher Cox? A lot of sacks going on, people. Let's keep it up. Let's check our interception number. League leader in interceptions, I'm willing to say still Kiko Alonso with 9 interceptions. Dorian O'Daniel with 7. Thomas Davis Sr. with 6. Keon Crozen with 5. Anthony Brown with 5. And Jonathan Joseph with 5. A couple honorable mentions. And let's see, are there any... we never looked at this. Let's see. Forced fumbles. Who's the hardest hitter in the NFL right now? Fred Warner with 5. Miles Garrett with 4. And Aaron Donald and Telvin Smith both with 3 themselves. Are there any league leaders in touchdowns? Nope. Just a bunch of people tied with 1. We're not going down that list. So let's go to the big list. Let's go to the big list. Yearly awards. Right now, the current MVP leader is Lamar Jackson. I mean, the only reason I think Lamar Jackson is leading the league right now is because I'm doing it both on the ground and in the air with him. I mean, he's like top 5, top 5 to 10, like one of those in rushing and quarterback stats. On limited looks, like as you can tell so far this year, I think I only ran 45 to 50 times with him. Which equates to like about 5 to 6 times a game, depending on the game. A couple games I did go heavy with them, but I've been losing running backs left and right. Right now I lost Ty Montgomery, Gus Edwards been injured a few games, so got to make do with what you can do. Followed by Jared Goff, who has really gaudy numbers himself, and terrific Tom Brady. Fred Warner is also in the mix, along with Von Bell, Mitchell Trubisky, Pat Mahomes, Todd Gurley, Tyreek Hill, and Aaron Donald. Coach of the year right now, Adam Gase. Yes. He definitely Adam Gase. He definitely deserves a lot of credit. I'm gonna give him credit for that last win. I thought beating the Texans was an amazing accomplishment, especially holding that offense down. I'm familiar with Malcolm and a lot of the glitchy. The strategic crossers that him and a couple people in this league use. So to hold that to 17 points and really spank them was I thought that was a really great accomplishment. Sean McVay and that loaded team is definitely doing a great job. Ron Jones at 7-1 doing a great job. Stanley Bayless. A lot of these guys all have the same records, just about. Couple more wins in a couple places, couple more losses in a couple places, but all within striking range of each other. So let's check our AFC. I'm only going to go through the main ones. I'm not going through all of them. Offensive player of the year so far looks like terrific Tom Brady. Tom Brady with Lamar Jackson and Tyreek Hill close behind him. In the NFC, you have Jared Goff, Mitch Trubisky, and Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham right there. Defensive Player of the Year, Fred Warner, who probably has enough or will end up with enough numbers to get that Defensive Player of the Year award. But Von Bell is making a strong case. And Aaron Donald, after a couple big games, I mean, he may be coming back up in the ranks. Fletcher Cox, with the Eagles being 4-4, I mean, he has a chance to jump in that sack record discussion as well. Hopefully it pans out for him. In the NFC, I mean, not the NFL, AFC Defensive Player of the Year, Jalen Merrick, who probably will not win this award because he's injured, people. He's injured. So who knows if he can come back and still keep his lead in the Defensive Player of the Year discussion. He leads with a lot of sacks and quite a few interceptions himself. O'Daniel and Kiko Alonso are all in the mix. Great numbers from them. That's all I'm going to bring you today. We got a couple interviews later, and let's keep this activity going, people.